Centennial Stingers and families. Mrs. Waters here with a special segment of Live at the Hive for celebrating Earth Day and really the start of spring and all of the awesome things that can kind of come from that. I wanted to start by taking a minute and giving a huge shout out to Kale in Mr. Kirsted's grade 4 and Jasvine in Mrs. James's grade 1 for the amazing creations that they made from our Maker Challenge using recycled materials. We'll be showing you those here real soon so that everybody can see the awesome things that they were creating at home. I also wanted to take a couple minutes and share with you a really fun activity that my daughters and I have been working on in celebration of Earth Day and as we get ready for our garden. It's still a little cold outside to be gardening or planting anything outside, so we decided that we would get some plants started in our house. So one really cool activity that we did is we took our old milk carton and then what we did is we dumped it out, or when we had finished with it, we rinsed it out and let it dry really well. And then what we did is we cut a hole in the top and added some holes in the bottom for drainage. Then we were able to take some fancy tape. We just took some painter's tape and covered the sides, around the sides of our carton. And then what we did is we filled our carton with some soil. And what we're going to do is a little later today, we're going to plant some peas. And then we'll be able to put these planters in our window. My daughters are going to paint them and decorate them so that we'll get a nice pop of color, and we'll be able to use a little bit of the sunshine from the window to get our pea plants started, so that we will have the start of some peas that we can then transfer and put into our garden, or we can just leave them growing in our window and have some indoor plants. Another super fun activity that we tried is we decided that we were going to try to grow potatoes in our house. So what we did is we went into our bag of potatoes and we found some that looked like this. And what you're seeing on the potato is something called eyes. And the eyes are really the start of new potato plants. So what we did is we put them in our window and let them grow a little bit so that they started to get a little bit of a plant kind of growing off of them. And then what we did is we cut them up into pieces so that each piece had one little plant piece growing on it. We took a bucket that we had that was about a 5-gallon bucket, and we put about this much dirt in the bottom. And then we placed our little potatoes inside the dirt, and we did about 5 in each bucket. And then we covered up our potatoes with dirt, with just a little bit of dirt, just enough to cover them up. We put them in one of our windows to let them grow. And so after a little bit, we started to see a bit of a green plant kind of start to pop up. And we continued to cover them every time we saw some plant with a little more soil. And before you know it, ta-da! You can see our giant potato plants that are growing now. So in a couple more weeks, we are going to have our own crop of potatoes. It takes about 10 to 12 weeks, and these ones have been growing for about 4 or 5 now. So we're about halfway there. All it took was a little bit of dirt, a bucket, and some old potatoes. And it was a really fun way to have conversations about how we can be growing our own food. We've been taking a look and noticing the changes each and every day, measuring our plants to see how tall they're getting. And we're super excited because it really didn't cost us too much. One last fun thing that we've been trying to do is we've been trying to go out and do some cleanup. We've been going for walks every day, and every time we go, we take a bag and try to do a bit of tidy up. We take some gloves and we pick up any garbage or cans that we see. There'll be a picture up here in just a few minutes, so you'll be able to see my daughter Ashley with a giant bag of cans that she collected as we were walking along the side of the road one day. The other really fun thing that we've been doing is at nighttime, we've been trying to go out just before the girls go to bed when it's starting to get dark and take a look up at the night sky, because there are so many less cars that are driving to work right now and so many less companies that are working. There's a lot less pollution, and so our night sky and the stars in the night sky are so much brighter. So we've had a great chance to do some stargazing and see some meteors and see some really cool things. So these are just some fun ideas of some things that you guys could be doing at home with your families. We hope that you are getting lots of exercise, that you are staying safe, and that you're staying connected. We really miss you and can't wait to be together again soon. So take care of yourselves. Keep your eyes out for another Maker Challenge coming soon. And make sure that you are sending us all the pictures of the great things that you're creating when you're home with your families. Talk to you soon, Centennial Stingers.